Good morning. What is this? A dartboard? A bullseye? As soon as we look at this, one single thought in everybody's mind will be, you should aim at the center spot, the black spot. Even if you give a dot in the hands of a 5-year-old, even he will try to aim at the center of the spot. That is so evident from the chart. I want to propose an analogy between our life's goals and targets, and this dartboard. Mr. Toastmaster, my fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. One fine day, I decided that I should become a millionaire. Or on a one New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, I decide, I take it as my goal that next year I should try to bring my BM, my body mass index down to 25. Or I should practice jogging at a speed of 10 miles per hour. I should become a CEO of my company where I just joined yesterday. How did we set up these goals for ourselves? Mostly from others. We must have seen people setting these goals and achieving them, and also observe how the rest of them compliment these people who have achieved. Or it might have come from our friends or from our parents that it is nice to do this. It's absolutely okay. You should have an aim and a focus, and your effort will be to reach that. But what I feel is, in course of time, as our life progresses, at some intervals of time, we should try to look at these goals and analyze whether they are still worth continuing to have the same goals still further, or do we have to make any modifications? To understand that, we should understand why did we set up that goal. When I thought I will reach 1 million, I should make 1 million. The idea is that I should have a financial stability. Financial stability for me, then after marriage for my spouse, then after I have my child, the next children. That's right, that is what is financial stability. So I have taken care of my family. Let's say 10 years after that, you find that you have take care of your family thoroughly, and you are already making more than 1 million, and your son has come up, started earning, your spouse is earning, you have taken care of your retirement, you are nicely insured. Do you think still it is worthwhile having that goal? Or should we think of doing something better? Maybe if you think deep, you might find that it is a time to draw from that kitty and try to make use of some money, divert some money towards maybe a more noble cause. Perhaps you might think of starting a non-profit organization or a small teaching school or whatever. Similarly, when I decided that I should have a good body mass index, the idea is that I should have a healthy body, because they say healthy mind in a healthy body. And I should not be bedridden before I die. I should live longer to see 2 generations or 3 generations down the line. I should play with them, I should move with them, I should chat with them. I should see them grow, I should motivate them. I also should enjoy when they do when they achieve certain things. These are all the reasons why we try to live longer, right? Why we think of living longer. Let's say we have passed 50 and we have never had any catastrophe in our health, no major problems. We are nicely covered for any incidental expenses. Health is absolutely taken care of. So, but for maintaining that health, perhaps we may be doing so many things, whether we should continue doing them or do something else. Say for instance, you are spending 3 to 4 hours every weekend to go to the gym and do the workouts or whatever to maintain that body mass index. Strictly speaking, is it a sacrosanct figure that it should be 28? What heavens are going to fall if it is 29 or 28.5? So it's a target which we have just put it. So maybe it is worthwhile considering using that time for something better. Maybe it may be for doing something more productive avocation. Maybe you may try to do something else, some social service. It could be anything, or it may be a totally different activity which is also useful for you when later on when you grow older. Maybe you can start learning certain things, a language, new language and things like that. So in essence, what I am saying is, as you are progressing in your life, at each stage, just look back, how much you are away. Observe how much you are away from your true realistic targets. Realistic targets means a healthy life, a well-settled life, things like that. They are the ones which are practically important, not the figure of 1 million or 26 BMI or things like that. So as long as you are able to meet that, and as long as your focus is within those boundaries, I think it's worthwhile thinking about doing something different, doing some modifications to your life. When should we do it? If you want to aim high, you have to do it as early as possible. Because that is what the histories of great people tell us. I'll take 2 examples. You take Mother Teresa. You always see her portraits with lots of wrinkles in her face, maybe a slight stoop when she is walking. But that means she must be 80 plus or something like that. But she has started social service when she was aged 25. You take Mahatma Gandhi. He fought for the freedom, and by the time India got its freedom, he is already 80 plus. But then when did that seed was sown in his mind? When he was still studying in South Africa, when he was aged 24 or 25. The reason to start early is when you have some noble things to achieve or something aiming, if you are aiming higher, you will have lots of pitfalls. You will have lots of resistances coming from yourself and coming from outside. So that is the reason we try to start early so that we don't miss our realistic goals. Mr. Toastmaster,